Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Market Misfits. We're checking out the XRP chart right now. So we're seeing some development out of Bitcoin. So we're also going to be checking out Bitcoin as it continues to climb up out of this reaccumulation period. We're also going to be checking out the XRP versus Bitcoin chart. So we're down at our supporting trend down here, and we got a rejection. We recently just posted this in our group. Market Misfits is a free private group. We have training and analysis and signals daily throughout the weekend, throughout the week. We just dropped this in the group. So this is on XRP versus Bitcoin chart. We're getting rejection down here. So here's the XRP chart. And then also, we're posting Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it. So we actually got this before it popped out. So be sure to come over here and check us out at Market Misfits Academy. It's a private group. There's no fees or no sales pitching or anything like that. We're just sharing with everybody. Let's get into this article. It's going to point out some key points here and get on the charts. Really just wanted to get on some charts, but saw this and thought it was pretty interesting because these emails date back from before the time that the XRP ledger that exists now even existed. So this is from Satoshi, and I just call him Satoshi Macchiato because it's easier. Nakamoto, I think is his name. Let's continue on here. An email exchanged back in 2009 with Bitcoin founder Satoshi Nakamoto has provided his commendation and praise for Ripple project. So Martin Malmy, a Bitcoin developer between 2009 and 2011, recently published personal communications with the Bitcoin founder back in 2009 containing words of commendation for from Satoshi to Ripple. That takes us over here. That link takes us over here to a very long and lengthy bunch of emails from Satoshi Nakamoto to Martin Malmy. If y'all want to check them out, we're going to go over they're going to go over a couple of them here in the article, and then we're going to get onto the charts. Just wanted to cover this real fast. Pretty interesting. While discussing these technical aspects of Bitcoin developer, because a lot of people suspect that this guy that created Bitcoin is also the creator of Ripple or XRP. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the skepticism is pointing towards David Schwartz as being the creator of them both. So while discussing these technical aspects, the Bitcoin developer brought Ripple into the conversation, having recognized the project as a similar revolutionary idea. Specifically, Malmy stated he would love to hear Satoshi's thought on Ripple. On the basis, Satoshi Nakamoto expressed admiration for Ripple, describing it as an interesting project. Moreover, he remarked that Ripple is, quote, the only other system that does something with trust besides concentrating it on a central server. So XRP ledger is an open source ledger and it is not controlled by any centralized authority. So here's part of the email right here. Ripple is interesting. It's the only other system that does something with trust besides concentrate it into a central server. So that's what central banks do, right? They control and manipulate everything. And that's the whole purpose behind cryptos. Another individual, Martin van Steinbergen, inquired about Satoshi's familiarity with the Ripple project. Satoshi responded by noting that in terms of trust systems, Ripple stands out for its unique approach of dispersing trust rather than centralizing it. In his words, a trust systems go. Ripple is unique in spreading trust around rather than concentrating on it, controlling it, So Satoshi didn't praise XRP, so here we go. It's going a little bit back and forth here. It seems like he is, and someone's saying that he isn't. So notably, some members of the XRP community have occasionally misconstrued Satoshi's 2009 comment about Ripple, assuming it as praise for XRP. However, it is essential to note that Satoshi's commentary predated the creation of XRP by 3 years. Specifically, Satoshi's 2009 comment pertained to the original Ripple protocol known as Ripple Pay, which was initiated in 2004 by software engineer Ryan Fugger. This early project served as the foundation and inspiration for the creators of the XRP ledger, XRPL. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart real fast. So this is what led us to, we're already covering XRP. You guys make sure to make it over to the group and check us out. And you can see our development as we continue to analyze XRP, and Bitcoin's happened to break out. So we're taking an extra close look at XRP because we're nearing a resistance trend, but just wanted to cover this Bitcoin real fast. So, we got a strong push up out of here. We actually saw this in the group, this potential break out from here right before it happened, because, you know, Ethereum had a very similar, the signal that we dropped on the review earlier, it hit target, but this had a very similar pattern that it was forming here on Bitcoin. So we're saying just keep an eye on this, because Ethereum had a similar formation before it broke out reaccumulation this last weekend. So, and it ended up playing out. Does that mean that's why it played out? You know, who knows? But when you see things like this, and Ethereum's leading the way because of the speculation on the Ethereum ETF getting past, now we're kind of seeing Bitcoin follow that in a way. So that's kind of interesting. Back over here to Bitcoin on the 1 hour, what we're doing here is what this is. We're looking for a retracement. If we get a retracement here on the 1 hour, then we'll be maybe switching all the way down to the 15 to see what the retest looks like down here. Or if we just skip it, one thing that's making us think that, there's a good chance that we would retrace and get this is this 1 hour fair value gap right here. But if you've been following along, there's still a big imbalance right here too, and we didn't go back and cover that up. So, if we continue on from here, let's take a closer look here on the 15-minute. So this is kind of looking like a rising flag right here a little bit, so we'll have to see what happens. Let's go to the 5-minute. Really don't like to go too far into depth here, but as far as going down, but just kind of wanted to show you, this can be looked at a couple ways. If you're day trading, scalping cryptos, then hats off to you. It's not any easy thing to do, but here we can look at this, like we got double bottom and we're getting a retest and we're hitting this area right here, and we could go up. Or you could just take this most recent price action right here and look at this and say that there's a better chance that we're going to be coming down and close up part of this gap down here. So again, if this happens, and we're going to be keeping everyone up to date here in Market Misfits Academy on Facebook. So onto XRP chart. So we're looking at the 1 hour time frame right now. I just wanted to point out some things. So previously we went over this on the daily, and we have this inverse head and shoulders right here. So here's the inverse head and shoulders. This is on the 1 hour, so it's not as clear. On the daily, it looks pretty strong. Also, let's go out to the daily just really fast. Here you can see more clearly, I think, the inverse head and shoulder. So we had a shoulder, head, and shoulder. And so we also had a retest here with some rejection, and then we had also a bullish engulfing. So we also posted this on our public page and inside of the group. The reason why we're looking at this and this level right here is because this is a resistance trend. And so, the 55-cent mark is a crucial level for XRP. So to actually get above that into 56 and pass up 56, that would complete this retest right here. So let's go back out to the 1 hour. So here we are on the 1 hour right here, and here's our setup right here. So we are currently long on this. So we had our accumulation, we had sign of strength, and then we've had a bit of a micro distribution, I guess you could say, pullback retest right here. We failed to see a lower low. So we were continuing to see lower lows here, and this actually kind of looked like a double tops. A lot of times in the crypto market, this happens. It'd be inverse head and shoulders or a double tops. It'll look like it's going to play out and complete right here, like double top, one top, two top, complete, and pull back. But it turns into this wedge right here. So following an accumulation, sign of strength, is all going off a Wyckoff method. So we had continuous, subsequent repeating lower lows right here, indicating that we could be in for a downtrend, but we failed to see a lower low right here. That's why we have this green arrow. So, and it's right here, our order block, or in the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders. So we see signs of strength coming up off of this area. So we did not see that lower low come down here. Instead, we saw the market move sideways. So this is one of the first indications that you could see that, or you could start to think that there's a higher probability that we could be going up from here, or down rather, if this is reversed. So instead of seeing a lower low, we see a side step right here. And so we got this check mark right now for the hour what we're looking to beat, and we have already beat. So this is the 54.72. So this is a break of structure. So here's our break of structure right here. We're going to see how this pullback continues. Are we going to come down and wipe out some of these imbalances because we kind of took off in a hurry here? Are we going to come down here and wipe out some liquidity? What's going to happen with Bitcoin? What we're looking for is maybe to fill in some of these gaps here and see some kind of double rejection here or here, where we broke this structure point right here, or rather this resistance. So there's a break of structure. Right now we are coming back down for a retest. So we're going to be looking on smaller time frames, and again, just keeping everyone up to date inside of the group. Unfortunately, we can't make videos on everything, but we can keep everyone posted. So we try to be as descriptive as possible, and all this is for learning purposes only. So here we are on the 4-hour time frame. So basically, one thing that would help add to conviction that we would be coming up here to the 50-cent mark, 56-cent mark, excuse me, to the 56.5-cent mark right here is that this 4-hour candle closes above 54.72 right here. So we're going to be keeping our eyes on this definitely. Just a quick zoom out on the 4-hour, and you can see how this is played out right here. So we've been looking at this on the daily, and here's our wedge, falling wedge into the order block. We call it the order block. So into the order block, boom, got a double rejection, and we're just going to have to wait and see how this plays out. A lot of this is going to rely on Bitcoin going up. I know a lot of XRP holders don't want to hear people say that, but it is what it is. We're seeing XRP go up because Bitcoin is going up. So are we going to continue to see Bitcoin go up from here? Are we going to get a retracement, or are we going to see altcoins take off? So here we are in the altcoin market. So this particular chart is all the altcoins minus the top 10, because a lot of people just consider them as, the top 10. So they're going to take up a majority. So this is more covering the middle cap and smaller cap projects. So we've been covering this ever since it broke out here when we broke structure right here at 202.5. So we're looking at we are at this resistance or nearing this resistance at around 260. So let's take a zoom out on the weekly. And so you can see this resistance point right here where we were hitting this resistance for the altcoin market. So here on the weekly, you can see the full picture here. So we had our accumulation, we had our sign of strength. We even had a liquidation spring in here on the smaller time frames. So, but here's our resistance point right here at 260 billion. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on this, also just keeping everyone the best we can informed in the group. Also, the next resistance after that is all the way at 350. So if something happens, we break this resistance on the daily or weekly, we could be looking at a wide open gap right here, all the way up to nearly 360. So 100 billion, basically, long and short, minus a few billion, minus 4 billion, 5 billion. This is a big gap right here. So there's essentially no resistance in between here and here. So definitely going to continue to keep our eyes on that. You guys make sure to make it over to Market Misfits. If you have any questions or comments, then just drop a comment, send us a message, and we will see y'all on the next one. See ya.